Welcome back, guys. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and today we're going to be talking about the Kershaw Cryo G10. It's a new version of the Cryo where one of our scales, instead of being stainless steel, is G10. Also get a nice stone wash blade with it. And why don't you come on in here a little closer and we'll take a good look at it. Well, here it is, guys. The Kershaw Cryo G10. A knife a lot of people are excited about. It's another Hinderer design. And as we go around the knife, it's pretty nice. We've got G10 scales on this side. Torx head screws to hold things together. We have our tapped holes for the pocket clip. And our lanyard hole. And that's a sheathed lanyard hole. So whatever you stick through there should slide through nice and smoothly. As we go around the top of the knife, we have a nice thick blade at 0.12, and as you can see, it's not perfectly centered, but it's pretty good. As we roll it around here, we've got our pocket clip. And it's a 4-way pocket clip, so you can tip up, tip down, blade forward, blade back in either pocket, whatever your preference is. And we also, on this side, have our locking bar and our lock bar stabilizer, which is generally on any of the Hinderer design knives. And rolling on down here, we have a nice full flow-through design, nice pillars in there. And nice jimping back here. We'll talk more about that here in just a minute. Going through the numbers, closed we got 3.8 inches. We've got a width of 0.42 inches, a height of 1.4 inches, and a weight of 3.75 ounces. So it's a fairly hefty little knife. We go to use our speed safe flipper, which by the way does not have any jimping on it, but still works rather well. Open the knife up and we have a overall length of 6.5 inches. So this is in the small knife category really, as far as folding knives go. The blade is 2 3/4 inches long with a total edge length of approximately 2.6 inches. The blade is classic Hinderer profile. Nice drop point. Comes down here with a nice little belly, a slight recurve. Grind here, flat here, and another grind here. So multiple grinds, all of them smooth and done well. The blade steel is 8CR13 MOV, and it's finished in this stonewash finish very nicely. As you can see, no grind marks or anything. It just looks very, very nice. And back to that jimping. We've got some semi-aggressive jimping right here across the back of the handle and onto the blade, as well as some very similar jimping right here. And whenever you put your hand on the knife, everything is in the right place and feels good. It's not overly aggressive. It's not something that's going to leave marks in your fingers or cut you. And works well just about any way I can think of to get a hold of it. As with most Kershaws, the Cryo G10 comes with a speed safe system. Push down on the little nib on the back side of the knife, overcome spring tension, torsion bar takes over and flips the knife out. Whenever you go to close the knife, unlock the lock bar with your thumb. The flipper comes down, touches your thumb, says get your thumb out of the way, you idiot, before you cut it off. And then you can close the knife. Unlike some Kershaws, it works well either way. Gets your thumb, tells you to get it out of the way, and flips out with authority. The three minor details that bother me with this knife is it's slightly off center. Not by much, and I may be able to make some adjustment and fix that, but this is how it came from the factory. Another issue, if you can hear it, yep, that's torsion bar click. Doesn't really bother me much, doesn't mess with the function of the knife, but it's just something to know. And the other issue I have, and this happens quite often with current generation knives, is those thumb studs just are not placed well. You know, maybe they'll be better for you. You know, my daughter messed with the knife. She has considerably smaller hands than I do, and the thumb studs worked fine for her, but they do not for me. Alright guys, before we close this thing out, I'm going to show you tip up and tip down carry in the pocket. Alright, here we have tip up carry, not terribly discreet, and here we have tip down. As you can see, tip down, it rides a fair amount deeper in the pocket, and on a pair of thinner jeans it rides just a little bit deeper. My thoughts on the Cryo G10 is Kershaw's done us a service giving us a model of this knife with the G10 scale on one side of it. They've lightened the knife by about 0.35 ounces from 4.1 ounces to 3.75. They could have lightened it more, but they didn't skeletonize the liner inside the G10 scale. But overall, they've done well. It's a nice knife. Action works good, but it's still a small knife. And I think that's what gets me with a knife. I'm used to carrying a slightly larger knife. Not quite as large as a Cryo 2, but you know, in the ZT-0770 size, or you know, Kershaw Leak. I know it's not any bigger, but the handle feels a lot better, a little longer. So if you're in the market for a Cryo, I would get the G10 model. It's a little lighter, it looks nice, has a very sturdy little blade in it, and I don't think you can go wrong if that's what you're out for, especially if you have smaller hands than mine. If you do buy one thing to be aware of: it has the G10 scales on one side, the stainless steel on the other side, so there are two sets of screws for the pocket clip. It'll come with the pocket clip on the stainless steel side of the knife. If you want to put it on the G10 side of the knife, you'll have to dig in the box and get those screws out. So don't just rip the knife out of the box and throw that box away. There's some important stuff in there. So guys, I really appreciate you stopping by again. And you know, you could click that like, share, subscribe button. There's little places right down below here for all that, and you can do that while I'm taking a little nip of the Hellcat Maggie Irish whiskey. It's not bad. Well, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.